Channels Television's breaking news.
There are times when you know that the judge is as frightened as the accused person is, and that makes it extremely difficult to practice law in the country. You know, as much as I've said that the law can be a tool for change, it has been so completely abused as an instrument of subversion, denial of rights, etc. It's been used as a political tool to try and stop certain persons to really participate in how their country is run.
A very good day to you viewers and listeners. My name is Adoris Barry. You are joining me on Zim Social Network News on our social platform, Facebook page, Zim Social Network. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Zim Social Network. Let's take a look at the news headlines for today. Zambian President Edgar Lungu had thanked Emerson Mnangagwa for helping in resolving border issues. Water cut off in Zimbabwe, Bulawayo City due to running water crisis. Tendai Biti has denied and rubbished rumors during rounds that he is warming up for presidency come 2023. The Ndebele's got angry in a war that Monica Mutsvangwa has started. Grace Muputsa on a watching on a blackmailing mission. Breaking news, March Duna views that Beatrice Mutetwa stands down from representing Hopo Chimono. And the last story, ZESN called on ZEC to wait for the court's outcome. Let's take a look at the news in detail. The Zambian President Edgar Lungu has thanked Zimbabwean President Emerson Mnangagwa for his help in resolving the border issue between Zambia and the Democratic Republic of Congo. President Lungu says that Dr. Mnangagwa took personal interest in the matter when he served as chairperson of the SADC Troika on peace, politics, and security cooperation. These two countries, Zimbabwe and Zambia, have proved that they are semi-Chinese colony in the sense that in Zimbabwe infrastructure, Chinese has held near exclusive dominance of everything from mineral rights to labor standards. Now that China's economic hold tightens, Zimbabwe's independence is harder to distinguish. The same thing is happening in Zambia. Zambia is already restructuring, renegotiating, or refinancing its extensive Chinese project finance debt, and Chinese companies, they are playing hardball according to the new research. The research from business risk consultancy EXX Africa suggests that Chinese firms are seeking control of Zambian mining assets as collateral for potential loan defaults. Viewers and listeners, Zimbabwe and Zambia, they've proved that they are both the same in terms of being a semi-Chinese colony. In the next story, water cut off in Zimbabwe's Bulawayo City due to running water crisis. Yesterday at 2100 hours, residents in Magwegwe, they were still outside in the queue awaiting their turn to use the borehole. Zimbabwe's Bulawayo City has halted running water supplies after problems at two reservoirs causing ailing infrastructure and an outbreak of waterborne diseases to residents reeling under a severe drought. 650,000 residents have been limited to use tap water once a week since May as the storage capacity reduced by 26%. In an emailed statement, the town clerk, Christopher Dube, said that residents will receive brief supplies only to allow consumers to fill up their containers until the situation improves. Bulawayo was hit by an outbreak of diseases linked to contaminated water last month. Health authorities reported at least 1,800 cases and 13 deaths. Moving on, the MDC Vice President, Honorable Tendai Biti, has denied and rubbished rumors and articles during rounds that he is warming up for the president's come 2023. In an interview with TechMag TV, Tendai Biti said that these were desperate attempts by ZANU-PF to try and divide their solid party, which is more intact since their Congress. Asked to respond to articles during rounds on various blogs and on social media, on the statement, the vice president of MDC said that this is rubbish. ZANU-PF are fools. They think they can divide us. We are much more united as a party since Congress, and their focus must be on fixing the nation, not wishing our downfall. And the next story, in a war that Monica Mutsvangwa has started, the Ndebelas have gone angry. Please build the nation, not to divide the Zimbabweans. Monica Mutsvangwa, in her statements, characterized the Archbishop Ndlovu as an errant and evil bishop who posited as the leader of righteous Ndebele minority, more in the following video clip.
Lalela ke wena Monica Mutsvangwa wathi wena abantu besindebeleni i-minority. Lalela ngutshele la i-minority uhleli kuhle namhlanje kungenxa ya i-minority yona le. Izapho ehamba yakulwela impi injalo i-minority. Wena Mutsvangwa wena mama wena abakuthi nguMonica Mutsvangwa. So mawusithi siyi-minority uchone. If lina liyi-majority lalwa yiphimpi. Lona yiphimpi ngoba nalingabathengisi liseyathengisa izapho ibulawa khona legangeni ngenxa yenu. Namhlanje lihlezi kuhle, lihlezi ngenxa yezapho. Mali kujika lapho lekuthi abantu beMatebele ndi minority. Utsho ukuthini? Umfazi onjani okhuluma into ebolileyo. Isite sokuthi ulungise ilizwe uqhuquzela ukuthi kulungise ilizwe, kulunga ilizwe, abantu bahlale kuhle njengomama wathwala umhelo 9 months, wathwala umntwana wazala 9 months, uqhuquzela ukuthi abantu bahawule. Umfazi onjani? Ungumama onjani wena kahle kahle vele? Umfazi bani? Abafazi.
In the following story, President Emerson Mnangagwa to address the issue of the comprehensive statement on the government controversial statement in response to the pastoral letter by the Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops' Conference, the ZCBC, on 14 August 2020. This was reviewed by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Nikki Mangwana. And the next story, the UK-based Atete Rasta, also known as Grace Mupurusa, is a well-known ZANU-PF supporter and sympathizer who is related to George Shire, a ZANU-PF strategic and apologist based in London. After a socialite attacked her for reckless unsubstantiated accusation, Grace was forced to delete her post. In an interview with Gambakwe, she said Uhoplo has a controversial habit of inviting women to his house. This woman was exposing Uhopo Chimono, but she was never clear to disclose what exactly she was trying to expose. And this has led us to a conclusion that Grace Mupurusa is on a blackmailing mission, on Uhopo Chimono blackmailing mission. Let's listen to the following video clip of her talking.
Out one's own country. Ndizvo zvikutora ichisaka wakapiwa tuma awards toto ndiani akakumbo tadakambokupa kutuma awards zvinombonyatsorereko naiwe hopeless zvinomboreva chiko naiwe but isati taenda koko nyaya yandafunga kuti madzimai muchange muri up in arms. Imagine waenda kunoshanyira shamwari as did quite a number of women, even mamwe high profile girls, big girls amusingambofungira and handisi kutaura mazita. But some of you want me to conduct a kangaroo court on social media. I won't do that. Apana conviction yakambobvira yaitwa pa social media. And my lawyers angu kuZimbabwe, I'm not hiring them because
to practice law in the country. You know, as much as I've said that the law can be a tool for change, it has been so completely abused as an instrument of subversion, denial of rights, etc. It's been used as a political tool to try and stop certain persons to really participate in how their country is run.
Breaking news, Magistrate Ngoni Duna rules that lawyer Beatrice stands down from representing the journalist Hopo Chimono and direct that the Law Society of Zimbabwe should cancel her license from scandalizing the court. More to follow. In other breaking news, Home Affairs Minister Kazembe Kazembe has vowed to apprehend Job Scala in the coming 72 hours. He accused the security team that was searching for him to be working for him. The very team on the manhunt of Job Scala has since been changed. This is according to ZimEye on Twitter. In the next story, the Zimbabwe Election Support Network, ZESN, has called on the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, ZEC, to wait for the court's outcome in a case in which expelled MDC Alliance Proportional Representation MPs have sought an order to block their replacement. The MPs were recalled from both the National Assembly and Senate on the orders of interim MDCT leader Thokozani Kupe. They have since approached the court seeking an order interdicting their replacement. Different courts have handed conflicting judgments. In one case, a High Court judge granted a provisional order interdicting the MP's replacement, and in another, a judge dismissed the agent application. Both matters were taken on appeal. However, ZEC Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has gone ahead gathering 15 vacancies that arose in both houses as a result of expulsion. In a statement, ZESN felt that ZEC should not jump the gun but wait for the court's outcome. The election-based group said that, in their view, it would have been prudent to await the finalization of the appeals in the Supreme Court before initiating replacement processes. ZESN says that ZEC should learn to consult stakeholders before taking far-reaching unilateral decisions. ZESN further noted that the PRCs are vacancies. They are not only vacancies in parliament. The other vacancies that arose in the National Assembly are following the expulsion and or recalls of some members of parliament can only be filled by National Assembly by elections, as the previous incumbents won the seats through the first past the post, that is a single member plurality system. Viewers and listeners, watch an interview by the bishops as they narrate the story of Zimbabwe and the current situation, exposing the weaknesses of Emmerson Mnangagwa in the next video clip.
Mutsvangwa joins us now from Johannesburg in South Africa. He's the founding editor and publisher of the Zimbabwean. Will, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, an overall appreciation. Has the time of hope which followed the fall of Robert Mugabe disappeared now, or had that hope disappeared even earlier?
Well, it started disappearing soon after Mnangagwa came to power. He made a lot of promises, and a lot of people gave him the benefit of doubt. But you'll recall, soon after the elections in 2018, there were a number of people who were shot and dead by the police and the army. A number of people who were attacked in their homes, beaten and tortured, and some have disappeared. So he has squandered that opportunity for support.
What is the point of arresting political opponents who they say have been protesting peacefully and following the law and are just trying to find a space to express their concerns about the direction the country is heading in? Why would he arrest these people when they don't presumably pose a direct challenge to his authority right now, and that will come at the ballot box?
Well, he's very thin-skinned. He doesn't like criticism, and even within his own party, people who have criticized him have drawn his wrath. You can see from the reaction of the government to the Catholic bishop's letter, the response has been overwhelming. I mean, they've attacked one of the bishops, accused him of planning genocide in Zimbabwe, and singled him out because he's in Ndebele. So the government is very, very thin-skinned. For example, another example is if you criticize Mnangagwa, you are likely to face many months inside prison, as has happened to a politician in Masvingo who criticized Mnangagwa in a WhatsApp message. He's been languishing in Masvingo prison now for the past 4 weeks.
Wilf, how do people live with inflation at 840% in just 30 days?
It's very difficult. Most people can't afford, even people who are employed. And we're talking of a situation where we have 90% unemployment. The 10% that actually goes out to work still finds it difficult to buy basics.
Viewers and listeners, that was an interview by the bishops as they were narrating the story of Zimbabwe and the current situation, exposing the weakness of President Emerson Mnangagwa. For today, that's all we have for the news. Thank you so much for tuning in to Zim Social Network News. My name is Adoro. Growing up until next time is bye-bye.
This is Channels Television's breaking news.